Okay, all right. I know the danger now. I can see it. So what I have to do is I have to have a strict diet. I have to have a strict diet control of whatever I eat, and it can't be fatty or cheesy. Okay, and pizza is out. It's out from now on. In my diet, pizza is out. No more pizza. No more pizza from my life right now. So for the past few days, what I did was there's actually a positive to this. What I did was I was able to get close to about 1% per day. Okay, close to 1% or more per day. Okay, so that speeds up the process of me passing the phase one, and it's gonna speed up the process of passing phase two. And so what that means is that if as long as I'm maintaining my sobriety by limiting any fatty foods from my diet and maintain a strict dietary control while I'm making these trades, okay? So what I have to do now is to eat a specific type of food until I get a payout, okay? So in the past, when I got to the phase two, when I got to the funded account in February, I distinctly remember eating oatmeals because I was at a point where I had spent all my tax money, and I was down to, I mean, I was down to zero essentially, and I had my last platform challenge that I could afford for several weeks until I could get paid. But that was it. And so I distinctly remember having a very, very serious conversation about with myself about what I need to do. And right now, what I need to do is make sure that I eat less fatty foods. Apparently fatty foods. It must be, it must be, it must be causing a uh, the brain to be clogged up because maybe there's these fatty foods have a higher or bigger molecules that are floating around the brain and clogging things up in the brain that's causing the information that's required to communicate between the body and the logical side to be diminished and allow allow these erroneous trades to take place because I lose control of it because it just essentially severs the subconscious and the logical side and disables the brain somehow. It's doing that. Whatever it is, there's some sort of chemical reaction that occurs. It happens quite a bit. And and I distinctly and that may be the reason why that's oh my god. Oh my god. That's the reason I failed the funded account. I was at 1.5%, and I ate pizza on that day. Okay, on that day I ate the pizza and I failed the. Okay, there is a strong correlation between pizza and breaching account because it clogs the mind and it dislodges the logical side because there's some fatty things that are in the body and the body's like exerted and it can't and some sort of chemical that is released to cause the mind like dopamine or something for the mind to be in a state of too much relaxation without worrying about it. And pizza does that. And pizza, even though it's good to eat, it it will take thousands and thousands of dollars away from my account. That's what it's doing. So what I need to do is start consuming very carefully. I need to watch what I eat. Okay, I need to make sure that I'm like very very sharp in what I'm doing. That's why when I'm physically and mentally tired from overwork, that also undermines the way that I trade because what I do in a minute or two can just because I can press a button to do a small size or breaching size account size, and then it's over with in an instant. The hard work, a couple weeks, 2 weeks work could be just wiped out in a single instant. So what I need to do, I need to watch my diet. I have to be careful with my diet while I'm trading. And so I need to eat things that will help me to be sharp. I need to eat something that will allow me to be sharp. It's virtually impossible, but I'm making it even harder. I'm making it even harder by consuming foods that are undermining my sharpness to tackle this challenge. Okay? I don't know what I'm going to call this, but I mean the food that I eat. See, I can see this. It's my strategy is simple. Okay? My strategy is simple. Okay? So what I do is I make sure that I avoid on a parabolic move. Okay? I need to avoid that. Okay? If it's a continuation and I can see that it's continuing, then I can go in and take care of that parabolic move. Take care of that. Use it. But when it's in a very, very excited state where the volatility is very, very high, sure, I'll be able to make some with the big size, but chances are that's going to cause me to lose the challenge. Okay, that's it. That's the one part. The second part is I have my setups that are mostly correct. And so if it's not correct, then what I will do is I will lose small, but if it's correct, it's going to be big gains. Okay, that's all I have to remember. It's a very, very simple strategy. But the hardest part is keeping myself sane while I'm making these trades. And pizza, there is a correlation between consumption of pizza and poor performance. Essentially, breaching performance. Account breaching performance. The $10 I spend eating pizza as much as possible is causing me to breach these challenges. It has caused months and months and months of work gone down the drain. So I have to remember that I need to not eat food that are high in fat.